If you open the App Inventor with the coin flip media only template, then the project that opens up will contain the media, the heads.jpg picture and the tails picture. And what I've done here is I've saved it as coin flip. The user interface for this app is very simple. It consists of a button. I'm going to have it fill its parent. I'm going to flip the coin on it. Let's drag in our image. And to begin with, we'll put our heads picture on that image. And I think another thing I'm going to do is center everything on the screen so that horizontally things are centered so the coin will appear in the middle. And I'm also going to make sure that the screen is set in the portrait mode. Okay, so that's the user interface. That's very simple. Let's go over to the blocks now to program the behavior of the app. For this app, there's going to be only one event, and that's button click. So I need a button click event handler. Before I program that, I'm going to be flipping a coin, and how am I going to represent the coin, and how am I going to represent heads and tails? Well, I'm going to use a variable for that. I'm going to call it coin, and I'm going to set it initially to 1. 1 in our model is going to represent heads, and 2 will represent tails. So what I need to do then is I need to find some way to randomly set coin to 1 or 2 to represent or model the flipping of a coin. So how do I do that? Well, when the button is clicked, what I want to do is I want to give coin a new value. So it's going to set its value. And I want to set it to a random number between 1 and 2. Fortunately, in our math drawer, we have exactly the right block for that. And that is our random integer from 1 to 2. What this means is App Inventor will, when this block fires, will generate a number either 1 or 2, or between 1 and 2 inclusive. Notice in the math drawer that there are other blocks that you could use for randomness, including the random fraction block. And we'll see occasion to use that in other apps. Now that we've set coin to either 1 or 2, how do we then simulate in our user interface the flipping of a coin from heads to tails? Well, we're going to use our image for that. We want to set our image to either the heads picture or the tails picture. But to control all that, we need an if-then statement. Now, you probably covered if-then in a previous tutorial, but if not, the block is in the control drawer, and we can use this little editor here, mutator, to add an else clause to it so that our block will look like this. Now, the condition we want to test, or the question we want to ask, is whether the coin is a 1 or a 2. So let me put an equals block here, then I'll go into my variables drawer and I'll grab a getter, and I'll get whether the coin equals a 1 or a 2. So if the coin equals a 1, then what I want to do is set my image to I want to set the image picture to one of these 2 media files, or media file names. In this case, I want the heads. I have to make sure I type this exactly as it's named down here. Now I'm going to copy and paste this block, put it in here, and change this. I'm going to edit this so it says tails in that case. Okay? And that completes the coding we need for this app. So I'm going to pause here and get my device started. Okay, I've got it running on the device. As you can see here, when I touch flip, I get a heads. Flip again, and again, there's a tails. Again, another tails. Again, another tails. Again, and there's a heads. So that completes the tutorial, and now we're going to show you some ideas about how we can improve this app. These will be mini projects. But I also want to mention that I hope you have questions about, well, why do you get so many heads in a row, and why do you get so many tails in a row? Is App Inventor's random number function, is it a good one? Is it really a good model for flipping a coin? These are some of the questions we want to ask in upcoming lessons.